Hi y'all, this is Vicky with Vicky's Ticker Tales. Welcome to my channel where we swap, talk, and unbox all things Disney, and sometimes we do DIY projects. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this notebook that I got over at the Dollar Tree and turn it into a book that I can keep all of my cards and postcards and stickers and all the little things that actually have become quite a lot of. I do have like a little banker's box of cards that I've received over the time that I've been doing YouTube. And some of those cards I just don't want to necessarily throw away, or because they've got some really cute pictures on. So I thought what I'll do is go ahead and create this book where I can keep them in one notebook, and then I can flip through and just see exactly what, you know, like go back and see what people have written me. This particular project was inspired by a greeting card that I just received, and I wanted to make sure that I kept it, but I have so many different greeting cards that I have framed. I wanted to do something a little different. So for this project, this is a, I think it was even like $1.99 book. You don't have to do spiral. You can do spiral. You can do just a composition book like I've done before. I do have a video where I turned a composition book into a swap book. I'll leave that linked down below. But I have so many different things like stickers and stuff that I really don't have more room for. Like my laptop's already covered, you know, that kind of stuff. So, and then I went on Pinterest to kind of look for DIY projects where you know, to use your old greeting cards or whatever, and I didn't really see anything that I liked, so I just decided to go ahead and try this out. So for this project, you're going to need some glue. I have some white glue that I got at the dollar store. You can, if you don't want to use your fingers, because there's something you're going to have to get into all these little crooks and crannies right here for the spiral to cover. You can use one of these paint sponges. You can use your fingers if you want to. Either way, a pair of scissors, of course. And I'm also using a ballpoint pen, and I'll show you why in a minute. So this is the greeting card that I wanted as the cover of this particular book. This was sent to me by Michelle Wyatt. She has a channel, Raising a Disney Princess, that you absolutely have to check out. Her and her daughter are just precious. I love watching them. But I wanted to do this. I actually was going to put this on a pin board, but I didn't want to ruin the card. And like I could have it in the center of it and have the pins go around it, but then I like this idea better. So I've already started part of it, and I'll show you the process, because there's an area in here between these little rings that I wanted to cover and not have exposed, because it had so many different colors of brown and it really didn't go with what I was doing. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of scrapbook paper. I like it, it's nice and thick. It's going to be a great cover for this. And what I've done is just cut it and folded it to just have a small flap on the inside of it that covers the top part and the bottom part, and I'll show you how to kind of finish that in a minute. But I've used the ballpoint pen to kind of create a, well, for lack of a better way to explain it, all you planners out there will understand this exactly what I'm talking about, is to kind of have a way where you can pull the page out. But I don't want to necessarily pull the page out like those Happy Planner insert sheets. So what I did is I lined this up with the edge of the binder itself, the wire, and I took my ballpoint and I just pushed the paper in between each one of these little wire discs. So it stays in there nice and you know, covered. It's not going to show the underneath of the notebook itself, and it looks more finished that way, I think. So I got that all in, and there is a little bit of a flap, which I'll probably cut this portion off right here to kind of get it to where it's not opens a little easier, where I've folded this scrapbook paper over on. But what I'll do is go ahead and just open this back up because I want to glue it down. So open back up. You can cut this flap off if you don't want to have it covered. I'll show you why I like to do it that way, and you can do it however you wish. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue and just get into these little in between here. Oh, come on, glue. And get nice into these little areas so I can push that paper down and have it stay. You don't want to use too much of it, so I'm going to use my finger and kind of get just enough to have it adhere to the book itself. Okay. How's your day going? I love doing DIY projects. They're so therapeutic. They're so relaxing. So I've got that just to the edge of where this notebook meets the wires, and it's nice and covered where the edge of that notebook cover is. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit. I am gonna pull up this a little, and when it dries better, and then dry the rest of or glue the rest of this down so it's nice and covered. Okay, now that that's dry, I'm just going to go ahead and take this glue and just glue the front down. Now I put it all over the front, but I don't want it to ripple at all when I'm laying the paper down. I want it to be as flat as possible, so I'm just going to take my little sponge paintbrush and smooth that glue out a little bit. You want to be a little generous on there so it stays, but there, now it's nice and flat. We don't have any excess that's going to leak out or seep out or any of that. So got that all nice and covered. And then on the inside of the page, what I'm going to do is just fold these flaps into the cover itself. Just stick a little bit of glue in here so they lay down flat. And don't worry, we'll finish this off completely, so it looks a little bit neater than what you see right now. I'm definitely going to cut this off a little bit more because it is hitting those wire rings, and I don't want it to impede me being able to open and close the book. Now, I'm not worried about how straight this cut is. I mean, it's not too bad, but how straight this, because I'm actually going to cover it a little. So, get more glue and get these all nice and adhered. These little sponge brushes are only $1, and for a set of like 5 of them over at the dollar store, so I don't mind using them for like glue, Mod Podge, paint, whatever it is, because they are very inexpensive and easy to get a hold of. So get this all folded down. You could cut this off if you wanted to, I'm going to fold it down. It may create another little border. It depends on how I want to get this next piece set in there. And the scrapbook paper is nice and thick, but also nice and rigid too, so when you fold it, it's going to stay in the shape that you fold it in, which I love. Oh, I got a little rip. As I'm talking about how rigid it is, I rip it. Alright, so next part, and I guess I could cut that little extra part off, but let's see how it ends up. The next part, I'm going to actually cover more of the inside. I got this other piece of pink. I thought about putting it on the inside of these wires too, but on the inside, I'm not so concerned about what the inside looks like. I'm more concerned about what the outside. So what I'm going to do to finish it, and I'll show you the finished product a little bit later, is take this piece of paper and just cover this inside where it doesn't show the cover anymore. But let's go back to the cover part. So while that's drying a little more, I don't want it to close it and have my first page stuck. What you could actually also do, and I've done in the past, is take this first page and actually glue it right here. And so when it opens, it looks finished with the cover. You could do that too. That's not out of the realm of possibilities, but there's a reason why I want to use the pink. So here is my beautiful card, and I am going to try to center that a little bit high because there is some more stuff I want to put underneath it. So I have cut it to where it's just the front or the top part of the card. I don't want to lose the inside of the card at all because it is pretty special, and so you'll see what I do with that in a minute. So I got my glue. Okay, I'm going to get the edges done a little bit more so it just lays so perfectly. And before it dries too much, just make sure that you've got it as straight on here as possible. And I've got a corner that wants to keep curling up on me, so I'm going to hold it down for a minute. And then I've got a couple of, I got these stickers from Happy Planner, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them exactly because they're so big that I actually have been using them for a lot of like box swaps and different projects, DIY projects and stuff that I've been doing, and love them. They have been wonderful to kind of add a little flair to, you know, a couple of projects that I've done, and you know, just made it more Disney. So the first sticker that I have says "Radiate Kindness," and I absolutely love this saying. I'm going to put it right down here in the bottom. And then on that same page, it had these cute little like stars that looked really magical, so I wanted to put it up in the corner of the card itself. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better. Oops, let me pull it this way. Just a little bit, and I'll hold it up so you can see it a little better too. And I had a second one. Where'd it go? I'll just take it off of here. Okay, so this is what the cover looks like so far. And I think I may leave it like that. It's just got the really pretty card. It has a sticker down here that says Radiate Kindness. It's got a couple of little stars, bling stars right here. In my video that I did when I did the swap book, I'd taken an old gift bag. Actually, it's the gift bag that this current project is sitting on, and I took one of the handles out of it and used it as a bookmark. And initially I was going to go ahead and turn this into some kind of journal as well, or some kind of book, but I thought, might as well. You can always take these handles. I just took the ribbon, tied it to the wire. You can bring it around and then use it as a bookmark, which I thought was a really cute idea. So on the inside cover, I'm going to do that a little bit later, probably off camera when this glue dries a little bit more. But what I intend to do, and I have got a lot of cards recently for a card swap that I was recently in, that I wanted to say that were super cute. They're all Valentine's cards, and so was the one that's on the cover. So I wanted to go ahead and just put them either on the page, like diagonal, you know, however they'll fit. And then because it's lined, you can also take who it's from, like this was from this person, received on here, Valentine's Day 2022 if you want to. There was some, I've received this cute little one from Karen and Andy over at Dizney Inside Andy. I love this card. It's super cute. On the back of it, it just says who it's from, but I don't really want to lose that. But if I glue it, then it's going to be permanent. So I can write whatever's on the back of it right here on the page itself, so I don't actually lose the sentiment. So we'll start with this one. Actually, we'll start with Karen and Andy's card. I love this. And it says on the back, let's see here. Yes, glasses are needed. So I'm not going to start with that one because I do need to see what it actually says. We'll start with this one. This one, I believe, was from Just Ginger. It wasn't signed, so I'm not quite sure unless it's on the back. Nope, it's not on the back. So I'm going to take it, glue it. And this one opens up still, so I can still read what's inside. Put it on my paper, like so. And then on the bottom part, it's the Valentine card swap 2022. Ginger sent this card. And I can write a little message on here. You can also take stickers if you want to, which I thought was a kind of a neat idea too. If there's any stickers that are relevant that you want to keep, that may be Valentine's Day. I have a ton of stickers that I have covered a box with. That if I have any extras that kind of relate to this, you can stick stickers down here. And it's another way to be able to save your stickers as well as the cards that you receive. Then you can flip the page and just keep going until you have either filled or you just don't have, you've run out of cards. I have a Christmas card that I received from my partner channel, Jamie, from Jamie's Disney Kingdom. Now it's not going to fit that way, unfortunately, but I can, stick it here, put the sentiment. This will still be able to be opened, and then who it's from, what day, what year, what it was for, so on and so forth. So it's just however you decide that you want to go ahead and do your craft or make your book, that it's all up to you. So be creative. I love to DIY. I love to try to challenge myself into doing different things. And so this is going to be a fun little project to finish and get all together. And that way I can have a little scrapbook, if you will, of the cards that I've received that I want to keep from people. There's some Disney YouTubers that are very special to me that I plan on keeping the cards that I receive from them. Actually, I keep all my cards. I haven't thrown anything away. That's just who I am. I like to go back and read back on those and just remember the fond memories that I have with either that person or that time period. So it's a nice thing to kind of reflect back on, and have as a scrapbook or a souvenir or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit so it kind of fits a little bit better on the inside of this page. And like I said before, I didn't care if it like showed that old notebook. I'm going to cut a little bit more because I want that scrapbook paper that's already folded over kind of to act as a border, if you will. And you don't have to use the same side. Like, that's real pretty. The blue right here is real pretty on here, but I kind of like the pink. I don't know. What do you guys think? Pink or blue? Are you Aurora Team Pink or Aurora Team Blue? I think I'm going to stick with the pink because there's another part to that card that I was saving from Princess Adrienne. And sorry, it's a little messy on my crafting table, but you know, that's how creative people work. Let's see here. Well, when I find it, it is black. It has a pink sticker on it, and it just says from Princess Adrienne. So I'm definitely going to put that on the inside of the cover. But we'll get this down regardless and finish this up. All right. So there you have it. That is my DIY project for February. I love doing these craft projects. I know I'm kind of like starting off the year with a couple of different types of books, but I did need some organization stuff, so actually I just found what I was looking for. So I'll go ahead and get this on the inside. And it says Happy Valentine's Day, love Princess Adrienne. And I wanted to make sure that I kept that because it's so cute, so special. And that is going to go on the inside cover of the book itself. Now, I haven't done the back cover. You can also do that. I plan on doing it a little bit different than what you see on here. Just to add some interest to it. But there is the inside of that card. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know what inspires you and what kind of crafts you like to do. I'd love to hear about it. I'm always open to new ideas and new DIY projects. And so give me, what is your favorite thing to craft, or what is the favorite thing to make? Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.